Today's classic cartridge is Micro Machines 1 and 2 Twin Turbo. This is a Game Boy Color game, which came out about the year 2000. And this is a classic franchise that had many, many iterations on different platforms. The Game Boy Color game kind of ropes in all of the NES Micro Machines 1 and 2 into one nice color-enabled GBC cartridge with lots of tracks. There's like 60 tracks and lots of different vehicles. It's an overhead racing game, and it's ugly as hell.
Well, I jumped into it, and it was so funny because the characters were hilarious,
Yes.
picking through the characters. And now I'm thinking that I'm going to be playing as these characters. I'm going to love these characters. I'm going to see the character in the car.
No.
No
They
way.
just pop up at the wins and losses, yeah.
There's no point in picking a character at all,
Yeah.
like feeling any kind of attachment to them. But there really is a plethora of different characters here, and I was so impressed with that. And then jumping into the game, I'm playing on top of a desk. I'm racing on top. I'm racing little boats somewhere, I don't know, in some kind of bathtub or sink.
Yes.
Like, so they really are micro machines.
Well, and this is the thing. I mean, this is part of the reason why we're wanting to do these classic cartridge games is these developers didn't have anything to work with, and they had to come up with clever ways to kind of approximate what it would look like for these little tiny vehicles to race around. And they did do that, but they had to also work on sound mechanics and fundamentals of just sort of gameplay. And that's where this game and this series has always really excelled. It's really fun, and it's really, precise, and it really delivers the sense of scale that you need it to. And there's been lots of top-down racers over the years. There's a lot of big successful ones in mobile right now. And I think the time is ripe for Micro Machines to kind of make a resurgence. And it's also fun for us to go back through, the Electric Playground's massive library of titles and replay some of these games. I had a lot of fun playing this sucker.
I also had fun until I ran into some obstacles on the track, like jelly beans that would slow me down, or bubbles for some reason that would also slow me down, like almost bring me to a halt on the track.
It does get infinitely more difficult, and you get all kinds of cool new vehicles, like little 4x4s and military-style kind of vehicles.
A lot of different micro machines.
I dig that a lot. I think it's really cool, and I think it's fun to applaud and go back and applaud developers when they had successes like this. They didn't have anything to work with. The guts of the Game Boy Color were pretty abysmal, and it's especially apparent now, but they still made a game that gave you a lot of different sort of gameplay.
Yeah, you're not going to jump into this for the visuals at all. You're not even going to jump into it for the sound design, because it is also pretty terrible. Just the screeching that I'm hearing constantly, the squealing of the track. That was a constant thing. But honestly, outside of that, I did really enjoy myself, and I wasn't expecting to. So for that, I'm giving it a pretty decent score. What are you giving Micro Machines?
8.5.
Nice. It's getting an 8 from me.